Hi everybody, it's Rob, and we've got to video number 8 in the content and silo training, the course. And this is about pillar pages. Let's go back down to here. And pillar pages are really just pages that are worth serious attention, pages that you really want to rank for. So if you go back up to here where I've spoken about types of pages, they are also core pages, but they might be your service pages on your menu. Or they might just be, let me close this, they might just be a big keyword that you need to kind of really give it some serious attention. When I say big keyword, a keyword with a high number of searches, say 5,000 and up, that you don't just slap up a page of 500 words out of your head in 15 minutes, publish it, share it on social media and hope that it'll rank one day. It'll never will. Like that. So when you're planning a pillar page, you'd pick a keyword. I've did a quick search. So you do something like fibromyalgia causes, which gets 4,670. What causes fibromyalgia? Interesting. Let's refresh it and see if I can get it to show some numbers. It doesn't want to show. Oh, there we go. Facts on fibro gets 7.5 million. That's the domain. So what can I say? What causes fibro doesn't kick in as a keyword here with my, here we go, flare-ups, test, medication, symptoms and treatment. Okay, so don't worry. Let's see if what causes fibromyalgia is in here. What causes flare-ups and not what causes fibromyalgia itself. Okay, but this one's got 4,600, which is okay. And what causes fibromyalgia? Yeah, not cooperating for me totally in the search here. Okay, so it would be a keyword that you kind of know that you've got to do a bit of an effort on. Okay, so we can call them pillar pages. I used to call them super pages. Effectively, it's a page that has probably more than 1,000 words, and anything up to 6,000 to 10,000 words. So it depends on how hectically you want to go into it, right? So if you go back to this pillar page example, let's see if it does have a clue. Let's go to fibromyalgia causes. Yeah, so I could do emotional, physical, reduced PTSD, that's mine. Gender, yeah, you're worried about that one. Anxiety and depression, not that worried, guys. So anyway, so can you see it's all it's pretty cool. I can talk about the genetics of your family line where you are prone to picking up fibromyalgia easy, which by the way just means that you perhaps have genetically you're inclined to be more anxious, more whatever it is. You get where I'm going. So let's not get derailed by that. So quickly, Rob, quickly go back here. So basically it's a pillar post of 5,000 super page, whatever, 5,000 words, searches or more that you need to do it properly so that you do have a chance to rank. Now, first up, I don't think I'd tell it to you in here, but it's the kind of thing that you would build a little mini silo for. So you would put it as a core silo page, and you would perhaps build out 3 or 4 pages below it that duplicate the content, not quite duplicate, no copy paste, but let's go back there. Sorry, it's easier to show you. So if I've done a page with all of these issues, right, covered as a decent 500 word paragraph, so there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, not moving enough. Honestly, don't worry about that, sounds suspicious. I've lived in the same house. Sorry, stop joking, Rob. Okay, so doesn't matter. If you at 500, you got 1, 2, you got 3 or 4,000 words in here because you'd have a 500 word section all about the genetics and fibromyalgia. But then you would do a separate page about genetics and fibromyalgia and link directly up to this page where it's a case of go and see the other causes of fibromyalgia on this page, right? And then possibly even 1 or 2 examples or videos or infographics as a layer below that in your silo to power up the links to this core page. Okay, I hope I made sense in that. I hope I did. Send me an email and make me say it all clearer. Okay, so ultimately you're looking at, let's just for want of a better word, look at, describe it as a 3 to 5,000 word page that has 5,000 or more searches per month that you now have to work hard on. Wow. Okay. So this is the safest way to do it, by the way. Don't follow all my advice here. Do light keyword research, a bit like I did up there. That was enough. I then help it by doing frequently asked question keyword search. You'd have to go to my keyword thing, to the ask the public or answer the public. I've forgotten which one it is. And get some frequently asked questions on your keyword and use that to kind of create a mini silo or a decent page. I'm still talking about here in this instant on your page. So you kind of plan it out in paragraphs, basically from that light keyword. Incidentally, it's Surfer here that's giving me this info, which is a free Google Chrome plugin that you'd link up, and so far it's free. Keywords Everywhere is my other go-to tool, which was free and isn't anymore, and it'll give me these numbers and this kind of this is the keyword tip. It's done for me. Lazy, quick, not lazy, perfectly healthy, quick keyword research. Remember, if it's up there shown as a perfect example, Google loves that. So you would do, by the way, sorry, interrupt myself, this list bullet point is brilliant. You start off your entire 4,000 word page with an introduction that's got this in the very first paragraph. Okay, so, and then you do it the natural way. Now remember, it's supposed to be a subject you know well, you're passionate about. Remember, niche research. And so you would then go about writing about it naturally. And if it only comes to 2,000 words, that's fine. If it comes to 5,000 words, that's fine too. To make the page very readable. Remember this, here's a problem. First up, you've answered a very, very important question that people are searching for. You could, again, the natural way, you could not bother with a 3,000 word thing. You could put it down as the word succinct, anyway, in a very, very tidy answer paragraph, literally a paragraph per way, and only end up at 800 words or whatever, and it might also be fine. Okay, but then it's a case of, if you've got good graphics and good videos that make that page a perfect page, meaning a perfect from a readability point of view. When somebody comes to your page, they must say, thank you. This person knows what they're talking about. I love their answers. It's brilliant. They must read every single word twice, watch all the videos, and share it on Facebook. That's how happy they were to have found the exact answer for what they're looking for. That is the perfect natural way. That's what Google wants to happen. Okay. Now, if you want to do it perhaps in a better SEO form, you would take that page and you would analyze it. Okay. So you would compare the top 10 search results, search engine result pages, results, search engine, SERP. Wow. Position, search engine result position. My bad. So compare your top 10. Sorry. My brain's okay today. Compare your top 10 SERP results, right? And in doing so, you would use tools. You'd find the tools that I've got here somewhere covered in SEO probably. And you would go to and look. But the easiest, to look up for is to see, copy each page of the 10, open them, copy and paste the page, drop it into Microsoft Office Word, and see how many words they've got. If all of the top 10 pages on that keyword are ranking with only 200 words, you do not need to do 4,000 words. You are likely to cause yourself trouble. So you need to tone it back, to where it's similar, preferably to what they've got. Okay, but you then need to match the incoming links and similar outgoing links. You've got to look at how they answered it. Remember, we've seen one example in my example where they did a little bullet point thing. And what did I say? My bad. This is good for all keywords, not just bullet point. So, yeah, my bad. Really, too. My bad. Yeah, you should be doing this for every single keyword you do, but it's a matter of time. Remember, we are here because and I say this casually, it's not everybody in my site. I happen to know that it's not everybody in here has fibromyalgia, but I'm targeting people who have fibromyalgia, have limited energy and attention spans, right? So very often, 10 minutes, you've already bailed on my video. I keep getting told I talk too much. I don't care. I have to tell you this properly. I am, thank goodness, planning short version once down the line. So if you know, now you've analyzed the page as to how you're going to redo it your way, and then you can still do it the natural way, okay, or copy almost the style of the most popular ones in here. Right, now pillar page, you would also go and find out what's happening in trends. In fact, BuzzSumo shows you what the hugely popular pages are, which means they are pillar pages. Anything that is a very, very powerful source of information on that subject, literally online, in other words, very often high-ranking, very viral page, is a pillar page and is then trending. So you would go to BuzzSumo, Google Trends, you would look on social media, and you would do keyword research, all for that keyword to see if it's trending, etc., etc., right? Now, so as not to go for an hour and a half. How big to make a pillar page? Right, so we covered that. You should copy it to what your opposition are doing, number one. But you, at the same time, if there's no... If it's not really clear, I suggest you do 50% more words than any of these guys. Because the more words you do, the more you will tell Google what your subject's about. You still should write naturally. Don't try and think keyword for every... Even though I've just told you, let's go back to here, that you would be writing about genetics and you'd be writing about emotional and physical abuse. You don't need to keep, even though I kind of want to do this and it's hard for me, I keep on wanting to add fibromyalgia to it. So I will call this the chapter. I would give it an H1 title, which I shouldn't do, that says emotional or physical abuse that causes fibromyalgia. Stop. It's not. I'm just going to mess up my SEO. So this can be a title headline on its own, and Google will understand it relates to the what causes fibromyalgia title of the page. I need to take care with that. It can also be an H2 title. In other words, you do not need to do what I've probably told you to do in SEO terms. Make it H1, mention the keyword in your first paragraph, mention it in your first sentence, mention it in the last sentence, your keyword. Google's kind of not necessarily doing that or allowing that to happen anymore. And I say it carefully because right now Google is... But yeah, it's going more towards natural, very natural, almost no direct keyword relation, which is weird. I still don't totally understand how Google's supposed to know you're talking about that specific keyword if you don't mention it 4 or 5 times somewhere. Okay, so back to the size. So compare it to your opposition. Add 50% in size if you're not sure. Use the paragraphs and your other keywords that are like frequently asked question keywords or from light keyword research. Use those to do paragraph titles, and try not to do what I've just told you. So try not to keep the main keyword over and over again in the paragraph titles, but know that they must be paragraph titles that are associated with that, which we've just covered. Okay. Right, so now if you only do 1,000 words, you can get away with 2 images and a video. If you did 6,000 words, you do need to have your images and videos proportionate. So a 6,000 word page, you perhaps should do 4 videos on that. Maybe, or definitely 6,000, what would that be? 12 videos. I must wake up, Rob. 12 images. because you want it to be readable too. So if you haven't got an image or two every page, people are just going to scoot right past. You have to still remember that people are lazy. But if your information is golden, they're going to be reading it. But at the same time, people, are, especially in the fibromyalgia world, they're sick and they're tired. So they're going to look for the, I mean, I've had it, this whole, I went, sorry, let me just say I get it. Yeah, sorry, I was going to tell you a whole story. My bad. Unable to follow up where I can't even watch a video. I have to save my energy for what I'm doing for you right now. I don't have any extra energy to watch. I remember, I've got an idea how far back, 6 years ago. I would literally work until 2 in the morning, be up again at 6 and have limitless energy. Wow. Okay, so pillar pages are huge. They need to be handled gently with linking. A pillar page is definitely a page you would feed through the RSS feeds training that I'm going to be giving you. So once you've got your pillar pages, make sure you share them through every aspect. In fact, share them every month or two. Every 3 weeks in the beginning, 2 weeks, and then every 2 or 3 months, go and pick that page and reshare it through all of your social media places. Pay to have it shared on places like Social Adder. You honestly can't go wrong with that. I do suggest you also feed your pillar pages through RSS feed systems. I use a system called Bam Backlinks. I don't even know if he still sells the course, but I bought it. Basically, all you do is you feed your pillar pages with similar pillar pages, RSS feeds into a single feed, and then you share that out there through Google and your Google stacking and stuff, and it creates association. Google starts to see your pillar page on a page with the RSS feed for Medical News Today and Mayo Clinic and NHS.uk. So when you're starting to appear in RSS feeds together with the feed for this page, Google thinks you part of the gang. It's like hanging around with celebrities. So, you know, because then after a while you find the paparazzi on your front stoop. What happened? Who are you? No, we saw you, you know, at their house, and so now we figured. So, yeah. So pillar pages are really, really cool. They're important. You don't need a pillar page a day. You need one a week max. One a month is fine. Know that your pillar page will probably cause you to get 4 or 5 pages below it anyway, as per what I mentioned up here with your light keywords. These pages on here on your bigger ones that would link back up to your page. So a pillar page is hugely important. You can even do paid traffic to a pillar page if you like, to run an ad to it. Do 50 images related to your pillar page and put them all over Instagram and Pinterest. Can you see it? It's worth the extra SEO work to make your pillar pages stand out and become potentially that rank. As you could see, that one in my example got 5,000 plus searches. They're very related, the keywords. And you might find you're bringing in on some pillar pages an extra 10, 20, 30,000 visitors a month because of the power of that single pillar page. And obviously it'll then boost your other pages up through the system. Okay, 18 minutes, far too much time already. Pillar page is very related to SEO. So if you go into the SEO training, you'll probably find that anything I talk about on core pages and or super pages, for want of a better word, they exist. In fact, I'm going to probably load, I don't know where, my original super page training, and then warn you, watch out, this is from 6 years ago. But I made the videos, and I might mention something in there that I haven't, and it can't hurt if you really are training hungry on details. If you don't have the time, you obviously don't need to go and watch that. Right, let's get on to the infographics end of the world. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.